Every year in the month of March, the world unites to commemorate the International Tuberculosis Day. This day is set aside to create public awareness about the health implications of tuberculosis. On the program this morning, we'll be taking a look at the efforts of the Lagos State government in eradicating tuberculosis in the state. Hello and welcome to Health Business. My name is Oluwatoyin Kolawole. Dear viewers, there has been some slight changes in your darling health business, but never mind, you get to enjoy every bit of the program. Right now, we are the Ojo local government area of Lagos State, where a public enlightenment is going on about tuberculosis. Stay tuned.
Globally, every year in the month of March, Tuberculosis Day is marked to raise public awareness about the devastating health consequences of tuberculosis and to step up efforts to end the global tuberculosis epidemic. The date also marks the day in 1882 when Dr. Robert Koch announced that he had discovered the bacterium that causes tuberculosis, which opened the way towards diagnosing and curing this disease. Despite significant progress over the last decades, tuberculosis continues to be the top infectious killer worldwide, claiming over 4,500 lives a day. The emergence of multi-drug resistant tuberculosis poses a major health security threat and could risk gains made in the fight against tuberculosis. During a sensitization walk and community dialogue on tuberculosis organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Health around the Ojo local government area of Lagos, health experts reeled out the importance of awareness in eradicating the scourge of tuberculosis.
Well, part of what we are doing in commemorating the World TB Day is to create awareness about tuberculosis. We are conscious of the fact that we have the highest burden in Nigeria as being the most populous state with the smallest landmass. It means people are closer together, so it's easy to transmit tuberculosis in Lagos State. But through awareness creation, everybody being aware about tuberculosis, everybody knows tuberculosis in one way or the other, but the right knowledge is what we need. People need to know that when you have a cough that has gone on, whether or not you have used medication, gone on for 2 weeks or more than that, you must be thinking of tuberculosis. We have various centers in every local government. We have 31 GeneSpart sites in the state now. Every local government has at least one GeneSpart site. GeneSpart is the machine we are used to make diagnosis of tuberculosis.
With the theme for this year's World Tuberculosis Day as wanted leaders for a TB-free world, medical experts noted that building commitment to end tuberculosis should not be only at the federal level, but at state and local government levels.
Lagos State, for example, accounts for the highest burden of TB in Nigeria. And also in Lagos State, we have some local government areas where we find a lot of cases. So this particular local government area has been chosen because it's one of the local government areas with high burden of TB. And we need, if you look at the team for this year, is wanted leaders for TB-free Nigeria. So political commitment, political will, it's very key in this year. So we need the community leaders, we need every stakeholder to come on board and to join us, for all of us to try to work towards TB control so that we can bring an end to TB in Nigeria.
TB is one of the major diseases that is killing people. But the good news is that TB is curable, it gets cure, okay? Now, Oyibo feel like bring all the medicine where they everywhere. Come. If you do not play your part, it no go happen. That is the power you have. Okay? And it is very simple to identify. It is very simple to know person wey get TB. Person wey dey cough, no go. From ordinary cough to major cough. To the extent that the person dey lose weight. Person wey get body like we before, come become like this in less than 2 months. Okay? Person wey as e dey cough, sometimes blood will come out or all those kind of things. You know, and you don't use medicine, fever go dey sweat anyhow. That person, who go identify her? Now all of us wey dey here. Now you go advise the person, say, health center dey, the medicine dey there, and the medicine is free. The medicine is free. And when the person start that treatment, now you go, they support the person. They encourage the person, make it for complete the medicine. Because you take every medicine every day, for 1 month, for 2 months, for 3 months. Is it easy? So, but you go to encourage the person, even as all of us, most of us here are mothers. When somebody is sick, now you go remind the person, take your medicine. Oh yeah, you want eat food, you don't rest, you go remind the person. All right? Some of us will be used as the treatment supporters that will take the person. So when somebody is coughing, it might be your neighbor. Please identify her. They are coughing here. Oh. Nobody is coming to arrest anybody. It's not a crime. Oh, you understand? But it's to get the person out to get treatment. You know why? If this my neighbor now starts coughing, if I'll be my neighbor's keeper, if I say, my neighbor, let's go. And then if I don't do that, that cough, you will catch somebody in the house. Then to catch the person, if I'm selling now, she's selling in the market. As I'm coughing, she will get it. She will take it to her house. She will cough, her children will be there. We'll take it to go to church, we'll go to mosque. You understand? And everybody becomes sick. So that is what we are. We want to first of all thank you for your support and your cooperation. And we still want you to maintain that cooperation because you identify people to...
The residents also commend the efforts of the Lagos State Ministry for educating them on how tuberculosis can be stamped out from their community. World Tuberculosis Day provides the opportunity to shine the spotlight on the disease and mobilize political and social commitment to accelerate progress to end tuberculosis. Ending the tuberculosis epidemic by 2030 is among the health targets of the Sustainable Development Goals.
Now you know that ending tuberculosis by 2030 is one of the Sustainable Development Goals. Next on the lineup is the news around the health sector. Stay tuned.
Corporate organizations in Nigeria have been urged to collaborate with the government and donor agencies in the fight against HIV/AIDS so as to eradicate the disease completely in Nigeria. This call was made at Median edition of the award and dinner organized by Lagos State AIDS Control Agency. The Chief Executive Officer of the agency, Dr. Olusaye Temowo, explained that the event is designed to honor those that stood by them during thick and thin to achieve their aim.
Lagos State AIDS Control Agency was established by law in 2001 to coordinate and control all HIV activities and response in the states. This was as a result of obvious and serious need to put the epidemics of AIDS into control with a view of reducing the prevalence. The agency has the mandate to lead the multi-sectoral response against the HIV/AIDS epidemic, to reduce the incidence of HIV and AIDS in Lagos State and to mitigate its effects on those infected and affected. When I was appointed in February 2016, the agency has started witnessing poor implementation of programs with decline in most strategic activities geared towards reducing the scourge of AIDS. This was due to dwindling foreign donor funds and the stoppage of World Bank assisted credits HPD22 for HIV management and control. There was an arrangement with Lagos State government and entire Nigeria to actually have a credit facility from World Bank to mitigate the effect of HIV then. But prior to my assumption of office, the arrangement was stopped. However, with the visionary leadership under His Excellency, Mr. Ambode, immediate intervention in terms of increased budgetary allocation to over 400% has salvaged the situation. I want to sincerely on this note appreciate the Governor of Lagos State for this laudable support. That has never happened in Nigeria before, and it is still not happening. The only place you can have such thing, and when I mean 400% increased allocation, it is backed up with almost 390% of releases. That was a great, effort that can be done from any government. It's important to note also the exceptional leadership and passion demonstrated by the Governor of Lagos State when he personally followed us to the World Assembly on ending HIV/AIDS, tag Fast Track City on ending HIV/AIDS in the United States of America in New York in June 2016, where he made personal commitments of ensuring an end to HIV epidemic in 2030 as agreed globally through the UNAIDS 1990 initiative of 2020. So the 1990 initiative, it means that the world agreed that if truly we want to end this HIV/AIDS, there must be what's called roadmap. There must be an agreed format of how do we want to end this HIV/AIDS. So what happened was that it was convenated there, let me use that word, agreed jointly by all the cities of the world, important cities of the world, the France, everybody came together and signed into law that said, everybody in every important city, everywhere in the world, you must feature those that are positive of HIV/AIDS. And so that 1990, the 390, what it means is what I'm going to explain to us today. It means that 90% of people that are living with this HIV/AIDS, they must know their status.
Head of the advocacy team of the agency, Dr. Omolola Sule, noted that all hands must be on deck to fight against HIV/AIDS.
HIV and AIDS has been a pandemic for so many years, and right now it's a scourge. And as we know, according to the global initiative, the initiative is actually to work and align with the 1990 initiative in the bid to reduce and put and eradicate HIV and AIDS completely come the year 2020. So that is why we put this award dinner night together. The aim of the dinner and award night is actually in the bid to recognize individuals and corporate organizations that have contributed immensely to the HIV and AIDS response in Lagos State. We are also looking at engaging the private sector more. That was why we came up with the theme, HIV and AIDS, a tripod relationship. The tripod we're talking about consists of the government, the donor bodies, and individuals through corporate organizations. All along, funding has been from the government and the donor bodies. But right now, we need to engage the private sector more because the HIV and AIDS scourge is something the government and the donor bodies cannot do alone. We need individuals. We are calling on corporate organizations to come on board and collaborate with Lagos State AIDS Control Agency in the bid to achieve our vision and our mission as an agency.
HIV 20 years ago, it's a fatalistic disease, but right now it's a manageable condition. And when I say condition, it means that it's temporary. In the recent of it, it's actually gone through a lot of stages. Right now, we can say that with HIV, you can live your life to the fullest.
It's about awareness now. Everybody is being careful, and the government is not sparing its effort in ensuring that the enlightenment is done and to, as much as possible, reduce the scourge. Lagos State is doing everything within its capacity in ensuring that El Saka, the agency that is in charge, in ensuring that everything is done towards eradicating, possibly by the year 2020.
Some of the recipients of the award commend the organizers for putting the events together.
We want to send HIV to the archives of history come 2030. We believe it's doable. We believe with everyone's support, we will get there. We've come a long way. We still have challenges, but we are overcoming it step at a time.
Some of the awardees are UNAIDS, the wife of the Lagos State Governor, Bolanle Ambode, the Dangote Foundation, Honorable Segun Olulade representing Ekpe at Lagos State House of Assembly, MTN Foundation, among others.
It's now time to join Dr. David Ikudaisi on regenerative medicine.
Hello, viewers. Welcome to today's episode on regenerative medicine. We're going to be discussing how regenerative medicine can help to repair or regenerate different organs in the body today. I'm Dr. David Ikudaisi, board certified internist, and I'm also a regenerative medicine specialist. For those that are watching us for the first time, regenerative medicine is a game-changing area of medicine with the potential to fully heal damaged tissues and organs in the body, restoring the normal function of these organs in patients who have already lost, hope. Especially that's how the Mayo Clinic in US prefer to define regenerative medicine. I would like to mention that any tissue in the body or any organ in the body that has degenerated we now have the ability to regenerate it with the help of regenerative medicine. And when I say regenerative medicine, I mean using platelet-rich plasma, which is when you use the patient's own blood, or adult stem cell therapy. There are different types of stem cells. There's embryonic, which is controversial. There's induced pluripotent, which is when you take the skin and grow it in the lab, be somebody's nose or something like that. That's not what I'm talking about. But the adult stem cell therapy, the third one, has been proven to be safe, and this can be used to treat many conditions. So anywhere there is degeneration, regeneration is possible with the help of adult stem cell therapy or platelet-rich plasma therapy. And the sources of stem cells in adult stem cell therapy are either the bone marrow, the fat, or umbilical cord. In case of umbilical cord, for most adults watching this, you will not be able to find your umbilical cord blood in any way. But that means it has to be donated from someone else. But nowadays, in the Western world, when babies are born, a sample of the cord blood is being banked so that maybe 30 years down the road, if there's need for that baby to need stem cell therapy, they can use its own cord blood. The beauty of using a patient's own, maybe let me say body part to make it simple, is that the risk of rejection is technically zero. When you get organ donation or blood transfusion from somebody else, you have to cross-match this, But for autologous, which is when you use the patient's own blood or the patient's own bone marrow or the patient's own fat, the risk of rejection is zero. That's the beauty of it. And also, regenerative medicine is gaining popularity, and adult stem cell can be used for, let's say, anti-aging. We're going to die one day, we all know that, but most adults want to live good quality of life, and that is where adult stem cell therapy for anti-aging comes in. And what I mean by that is because of how stem cell therapy works. When it is being transplanted into the patient, let me say intravenously, that means like a drip, the stem cells go on to repair different organs in the body, regardless of the reason why your doctor is giving it to you. The damaged organ that made your doctor to give to you will get repaired. Likewise, are other tissues and organs in the body. That is why it's good for anti-aging. It can be used for lung disease, heart disease, kidney disease, pancreas, autoimmune conditions, joints, sexual function in female, likewise, and sexual dysfunction in male as well. It can be used for hair loss treatment, skin rejuvenation. You know, the list is kind of long. So many conditions can be addressed. But keep in mind, it cannot be used for HIV treatment. It cannot be used to treat hepatitis, but can be used to treat the damage done by hepatitis to the liver. For breast cancer, it cannot be used for that. Some studies show that it can shrink prostate cancer, brain tumor. Studies shows that the lung cancer inflammation can be reduced so that patients have a better quality of life. You know, these are things that have been shown in studies. But patients are getting great results with their diabetics, kidney problem, arthritis, you know, and so on. And I'd like to conclude by letting you know that if you are thinking of hydro stem cell therapy and the source of the stem cells is your own blood, the risk of rejection is 0. I look forward to seeing you next week. We're going to be talking about another condition, or more specifically, what regenerative medicine can do for you. It's been a pleasure educating you, and my name is Dr. David Ikudaisi, stem cell therapist from US. Thank you. See you next week.
Next on the lineup is our new segment, Mother and Child. On this segment, we will educate mothers and expected mothers on how to care for their baby. Stay tuned.
Keep the umbilical cord stump clean and dry. Fold your baby's diaper away from the stump, or buy newborn diapers with a cut-out space for the stump. This exposes the stump to the air and prevents contact with urine. If the weather is warm, Have your baby wear just a diaper and loose t-shirts to let air circulate and speed the drying process. Do not use alcohol to clean the cord stump. Researchers have found that untreated cords heal faster than alcohol-swabbed cords and carry lesser risk of infections.
Wow, we've come to the end of today's package of Health Business. Join me again next week for a fresh installment. For sponsorship, adverts, and your product launch, please call the numbers showing on your screen. Remember, living healthy is a serious business. My name is Oluwatoyin Kolaole. Bye for now. Thank you.